The 2001 to 2002 season began with a transfer that sent shockwaves through English football. Sol Campbell, Tottenham Hotspur's star academy graduate and club captain, joined North London rivals Arsenal on a free transfer. "I've made my decision, and I just hope people respect it," said Campbell, who cited silverware rather than money as the key reason behind the move. Juan Sebastian Veron, Ruud van Nistelrooy, Jaap Stam, Frank Lampard, Gareth Southgate, Laurent Blanc and Peter Schmeichel also switched clubs during a busy summer. As Manchester United tried to claim a fourth consecutive title, they suffered their first loss of the season in a 4-3 thriller at Newcastle. Sir Bobby Robson's 100th game in charge of Newcastle ended with an irate Roy Keane losing his temper with Alan Shearer. Shearer lightly pushed Keane to prevent him from taking a quick throw-in. In retaliation, Keane threw the ball at the back of Shearer's head. The two exchanged words before Keane astonishingly swung a punch in Shearer's direction, prompting the Newcastle striker to dodge out the way. Keane, red-carded and red-faced, considered retiring after the incident, but decided to continue playing after holding talks with Sir Alex Ferguson. Manchester United's mixed start to the 2001 to 2002 season was summed up by their visit to White Hart Lane in September. Goals from Dean Richards, Les Ferdinand and Christian Ziege ensured Glenn Hoddle's Tottenham went into half-time with a 3-0 lead. 1 minute after the break, Andy Cole scored as the Red Devils tried to launch an unlikely second-half fight-back. Laurent Blanc added another in the 58th minute, and suddenly it was game on. With 18 minutes to play, fellow summer signing Ruud van Nistelrooy levelled the game at 3-3 before another new recruit, Juan Sebastian Veron, sparked jubilant scenes with a goal to make the score 4-3. Tottenham tried to claw their way back before David Beckham's 87th-minute goal killed the game. 3-0 down at half-time, Manchester United responded with 5 goals from 5 different goal-scorers to leave the lane with 3 points. 2 months into the season, the team with the best defence, David O'Leary's Leeds, topped the table. Newly promoted Bolton Wanderers began Premier League life in style, winning 5-0 on the opening day against Leicester. Sam Allardyce's side also picked up a 2-1 victory over Liverpool, who were managed by Phil Thompson for much of the season after Gerard Houllier underwent heart surgery. In the bottom half, Middlesbrough began a new era with Steve McLaren at the helm. Gordon Strachan became Southampton's new manager after Stuart Gray's sacking. Derby appointed Colin Todd after Jim Smith's resignation, and Leicester brought in Dave Bassett after sacking Peter Taylor. In October, Manchester United legend Peter Schmeichel became the first goalkeeper to score in a Premier League game when he thumped home a right-footed volley for Aston Villa against Everton. Schmeichel, who had already scored 9 goals in his career, raced back to his goal as play restarted. Unfortunately for the Dane, the strike was not enough to secure any points, as Everton held on to win 3-2. In the title race, the usual Premier League challengers struggled to find form in the first half of the season. Arsenal only won 5 of their first 12 games, a run that included a surprise 4-2 loss at home to Charlton in November. Many people expected Liverpool to mount a title challenge after winning the treble in 2000 to 2001. The Reds enjoyed a 12-game unbeaten run between September and December, but they were brought back down to earth with a 4-0 defeat at Chelsea. As for Manchester United, a scarcely believable run of 5 defeats in 7 games saw Sir Alex Ferguson's men drop to 9th after a 1-0 loss against West Ham. The top 3 title contenders' inconsistency meant Newcastle emerged as serious challengers. A week before Christmas, Sir Bobby Robson's side followed up a statement-making 3-1 win at Arsenal with a 4-3 victory at Leeds to seal top spot on December 25th. Arsenal, Liverpool, Leeds, Manchester United and Chelsea were still in the title race, but Newcastle deservedly topped the Christmas Day table. Elsewhere, Bolton slipped to 14th after 2 wins in 15 games. Middlesbrough gradually climbed the table after losing their first 4 matches, and bottom of the pile Ipswich struggled to build on their 5th-placed finish in the previous season. The 2001-2002 campaign featured some notable mid-season transfers, including the departure of Liverpool legend Robbie Fowler to fellow title challengers Leeds for £12 million. Fowler scored a hat-trick in Leeds' 3-0 Boxing Day win at Bolton. However, the Yorkshire club's form soon dipped, and they suffered a disappointing 4-0 loss at home to Fowler's former side, Liverpool, in February. Andy Cole was also on the move, joining Blackburn in an £8 million deal after 7 successful seasons at Manchester United. 2 months later, Cole scored the winning goal as Blackburn beat Tottenham 2-1 in the Worthington Cup final. Cole's replacement at Manchester United, £6.9 million signing Diego Forlan, failed to score in his first 18 games for the club in 2001-2002. Fellow striker Ruud van Nistelrooy had no such problems, as he netted in 8 consecutive matches to set a new Premier League record. The run ended when Danny Murphy scored the only goal of the game in Liverpool's 1-0 win at Old Trafford, denting Manchester United's title hopes. Liverpool also beat struggling Ipswich 6-0 at Portman Road during a 14-game unbeaten run. After 12 years without a title, there was real optimism at Anfield that this could be their year. Arsenal, meanwhile, looked unstoppable after Christmas. Inspired by starman Thierry Henry, the Gunners won 6 games in a row, including a crucial 2-0 victory at Newcastle to remain in the title mix. By the end of March, Liverpool held a 1-point lead over Manchester United at the top, while third-placed Arsenal had 2 games in hand. Realistically, Newcastle, Chelsea and Leeds were out of the title picture, and 7th-placed Aston Villa reappointed Graham Taylor after John Gregory resigned. Gregory made a swift return to the dugout at Derby after Colin Todd's sacking. David Moyes replaced Walter Smith at Everton, and Mickey Adams became Leicester boss after Dave Bassett took over as director of football. Leicester's relegation to the First Division was confirmed after a 1-0 defeat against Manchester United, while Derby's 6-year Premier League stay ended with a 2-0 loss at Liverpool. At the top, Arsenal were unbeaten in 18 games, heading into a crucial round of fixtures at the end of April. Liverpool were also in fine form, winning 11 games out of 12, while Manchester United won 10 of their last 12. One slip-up in the last 3 games of the season could prove costly, as Liverpool found out when a goal from Gus Poyet consigned the Reds to a 1-0 defeat against Tottenham. And just like that, Liverpool's title hopes were over. 2 days later, Arsenal beat Bolton 2-0 to win another game in hand, securing their 11th consecutive league victory in the process. As a result, the Gunners became clear favourites to claim the title ahead of a blockbuster contest with champions Manchester United at Old Trafford. The Red Devils knew they could not afford to lose, but lose they did. Arsenal won the match 1-0, courtesy of a second-half Sylvain Wiltord goal, and the title returned to Highbury for the first time in 4 years. On the final day, John Arne Riise scored twice as Liverpool beat Ipswich 5-0 to send the Tractor Boys back to Division 1 after 2 seasons. Sunderland also battled against the drop on the final day, but a 1-1 draw with relegated Derby secured their safety. As the 2001-2002 Premier League season ended, so did Ipswich, Derby and Leicester's time in the top flight. Fulham and Bolton survived after gaining promotion a year earlier, while Blackburn's top-half finish ensured all 3 promoted clubs stayed up for the first time in the Premier League era. Liverpool, Manchester United and Newcastle qualified for the Champions League ahead of Leeds, who sacked David O'Leary at the end of the season. But this campaign, particularly from Christmas onwards, was all about Arsenal. Arsene Wenger's side won their last 13 games to claim top spot by 7 points, ending Manchester United's 3-year title-winning run in the process. They also beat Chelsea 2-0 in the FA Cup final to complete the League and Cup double. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe for more classic football stories. You can also visit deefaxfootball.com for a range of retro gifts, including a 500-question Premier League quiz book and more than 60 nostalgic football canvases. Alternatively, click the link on screen to take another trip down football memory lane.